Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Patrick J. Brown here at the Renewal Center. Welcome to Tea Time Tuesday. Excited to have you on here with us today. Want to give some time to have you go ahead and share and like and connect. So go ahead and tag your friends, if you will, if you're out there following us on Facebook Live as well as on our YouTube channel. So we want you to go ahead and do that, if you will. So just take a few moments and go ahead and share on your pages. Let's connect each other as we are focusing on wellness and our well-being. One of the tenets of the Renewal Center is about renewing our minds and restoring our lives. And one way we do that is by taking a time to reset, to refresh ourselves, and to foster and increase our resilience. And we do that in community. We do that during our tea time. And so we're excited about having you here with us today. I'm Patrick Brown, again, Executive Director of our Renewal Culture and Context here at the Renewal Center, and I am on site at 159 Church Street in the historic district of Concord, North Carolina. So if you're in the area, please stop by. We're here Tuesday through Friday, and you can come and sit in our thought room and study and reconnect. You can sit in our action room and plan and cast vision, or you can sit in our art and our voice room and just really focus on envisioning and creating. And so this is a space of hospitality and wellness. So I want to welcome all of our tea timers. Good afternoon to you. We're excited. So this is the month of August. And in August, we've been focusing on wellness. We are celebrating National Wellness Month. Now, what happens in National Wellness? Because that's who we are practically all year. But specifically, National Wellness Month targets gratitude, the mindset of being grateful about where you are and who you are. It is about focusing on your well-being. So are you doing things to foster well-being? What are your healthy habits? Do you have the right support mechanisms in your life? And so each tea time, we've been focusing on wellness renewal practices. And we talked a little bit about Technology-Free Friday, TFF. So you might want to take a Technology-Free Friday, or maybe Technology-Free Thursday, or choose a time to disconnect, maybe a journal time, maybe a time of doing activities that are focusing on refreshing in your life. Good morning, Hope. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on. Anybody else that's out there, let me know. Love to hear from you. And please go ahead and share with others, because we are here at Tea Time Tuesday. All right. So again, National Wellness Month. We are celebrating and honoring that. So I want to share with you our book of the week. Our book of the week is Happiness, 100 Devotions to Brighten Your Day. I have it right here. Happiness, 100 Devotions to Brighten Your Day. Why do we want to do that? Why do we want to do that? Because happiness is our state of mind. And there might be times when the outside may not be happy, but there are things we can do inside to improve and increase our wellness with the type of attitude that we have. One of the key things that stood out to me in this particular devotional was one of the devotional states here: set your mind on God, or in other words, set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. This is a powerful text because it talks about the importance of where do we set our mindset. And it's so easy for us to look at what's around us and let that dictate to us our mood, other people's moods, other people's perspectives, what's happening in the staff meeting, what just happened on that virtual call or that conference call you just got off. And many times the root of that is setting, bringing ourselves to a place of recognition. So we have to sit down and say, what am I setting my mind on? And why am I allowing my mind to be set there? That's in this book. So again, it's important that you think about how you're setting your mindset, and devotionals help you with that. Actually, here at the Renewal Center, we're going to be developing a tea time journal. So I know you're prepared, and that's one thing. Why do we do that? Because many times when you have that tactile pen and that paper and that pad, it causes you to sit and set yourself and reflect. Any devotional that you use is for that purpose. We're looking forward to producing one just from the Renewal Center for our tea timers. That's going to be next month. So stay tuned on how you can participate and receive that Tea Time Journal. If you're out there, you're interested, let us know. We'd love for you to be a part of that. So who do we have out there today? Let us know what your tea of choice is as well. And today's tea of choice is lemon mint tea. Lemon mint tea. I like lemon mint tea. I like it hot or I like it cold. It is a good tea regardless. Lemon mint tea is an excellent choice, especially for those of you that need to detoxify. Now, considering that we're in Wellness Month, this is a good opportunity for you to cleanse your body while you're boosting your immune system. And having mint and lemon tea really helps with that. It can relieve headaches, any type of nausea you might be experiencing. It really helps with perhaps even is research that it prevents skin blemishes. It can get rid of things in your skin as well. Mint leaves are very popular in aromatherapy, even if you have them in different soaps and scrubs. So just wanted to let you know that. Good afternoon, Erica. Thank you for coming on. Good to see you. So anyone that's out there, what is your tea of choice for today? If you don't have your tea of choice, go get your tea. We'll give you a few minutes. All right, get your tea. Because the purpose of our tea time has been to focusing on refreshing yourself, resetting your day, taking a pause, fostering resilience, making sure that you do that. Hope matters. Good afternoon, Ravella. Thank you for coming on. Tea time, that's what this is for. So if you're out there with your lemon mint tea, go ahead and grab that if you like, or perhaps make your own tea today. So what's your tea of choice? I don't see any tea of choices coming in. What's going on? All right, folks, talk to us, tea timers. What are some hibiscus tea? Hope. All right. Thank you. Refreshing tea, hibiscus tea. What else is out there? What's your tea of choice for today? No tea today, coffee. Okay, Chiquita. Well, I have some coffee as well here. All right. Anybody else? Hot cinnamon tea and water. Cinnamon is very good. And water, refreshing. Anybody else? What is your tea of choice today? All right. So again, we're focusing on lemon mint tea, raspberry tea. All right. Yes. All right. Everybody's having their tea of choice. Perfect. Well, please keep sharing as the tea of choices are coming in. I want you to imagine that we're all sitting here at the Renewal Center in our cafe, and we're drinking our tea and we're having a time of refreshing and conversation about wellness. You can't have any more conversations. I mean, wellness is so important that we continue to do that. And so we want to make sure that we're continuing to foster this type of atmosphere. So before we go forward in our renewal practices by our director of our renewal programming and community programs, Carmela Head, who's going to come on here shortly, let's make sure we take a time to locate ourselves. Locate ourselves. Where are you today? So we're going to take a pause. I want you to get in a very good posture where you're sitting. And let's make sure that we take a moment to pause and locate ourselves for today. We know that it's busy. Let's pause and let's locate ourselves today. All right. You might be thinking, wow, locate ourselves. Yes. How many of you got a lot of movement going on in your week? Demands and pings and instant messengers. This is important to take a pause each and every day so that you can focus on your wellness. This is something that we want to implement daily because there's so much that's being thrown at us each and every day. So that's why we're here for tea time. All right. Thank you for participating in our locating ourselves exercises. And we're looking forward to our renewal practices from our director, our presenter for today, Carmela Head. So we'll bring Carmela Head on and we'll get started in our Tea Time Tuesday renewal practices.
Okay. Hello, Patrick.
Hey, hey.
You're settling over there in your tea. What kind of tea are you drinking today?
I am not doing tea right now. I have actually coffee.
Okay.
I have my coffee today. So,
And coffee's okay too.
yes, I'm
It is
refreshing. I probably need
relaxing.
to cool out on the caffeine today, but again, I
Mhm.
have my coffee and it's refreshing today.
I have my turmeric tea ready. I've been sipping on this morning, and thank you for bringing us in with the locating yourself exercise. I am totally relaxed and ready for tea time. How are you guys doing out there? Give us some thumbs up and some hearts, and don't forget to share this broadcast today as we go into some renewal practices. And so, Patrick, I will see you on the other side.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see Patrick in a minute.
Mhm.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see everybody today for Tea Time Tuesday. Hi, Chiquita. Yes, greetings to you too over there. I'm telling you, it's just a wonderful day, a great afternoon, a great Tuesday. And as I was actually getting ready for Tea Time Tuesday today, I was walking outside of the Renewal Center. It looks like fall over here today. The leaves have fallen. It's pretty cool. And as I look around, I see all of the colors already. I see the orange and the browns already on the ground. And it's just, put me in a mind to pause and to stop and to reflect. And so this is why we're here today. We're going to be having a great time today talking about a wonderful time to focus in on something that we always kind of overlook in a way. But because we are focusing on National Wellness Month in the month of August, it's a topic that we all can benefit from and we can focus on in National Wellness Month, and that is benevolence. That is benevolence. And benevolence is actually a part of our well-being. And we want to foster more of our well-being. And so we're going to be talking about benevolence today. Good afternoon, Dr. Brown. It's good that you're here. Dr. Brown, my dad, it's good to see that you're joining in with us today. Yes, we're talking about benevolence. And so I'm really excited about it. And Patrick on the back end, benevolence, excellent wellness topic. Thank you, Patrick, because we are going to be focusing on wellness in the rest of this month. And a part of Tea Time Tuesday is for us to actually foster resilience. We want to build resilience, and that's a part of wellness, a part of well-being. And so today, I'm going to share with us a topic that I really like thinking about, especially when we talk about gratitude and those things. But it's an overlooked topic, I think, sometimes, and that is benevolence. So I'm going to add that to the screen here. And I want to know what you're thinking about benevolence. Benevolence, as I would say, is a greatness of generosity. And so if you take a minute, I want you to just kind of think where you are as we settle in on this Tuesday afternoon. What are your thoughts about benevolence? What does benevolence mean to you? I think it's a very practical way for us to move in throughout our day and in our lives. So I would like to ask what you think benevolence means. While I put the actual definition of benevolence, I kind of moved the slide a little bit too quickly, but go ahead and tell me in your own words, what is benevolence? Because we see benevolence on the screen as the quality of being well, meaning well and being kind. And, when we talk about kindness, there's a lot of different ways that we can expound on this topic of benevolence. So just take a minute and think about it. Benevolence. I love talking about benevolence because it puts me in a positive mindset and it motivates me to do some great practical things with others. And so while you guys are thinking about it and you're grabbing your journals and we're getting ready, I want to say that benevolence, the quality of well-meaning or kindness, as we talk about giving, sharing, those type of things, it doesn't necessarily take much to be benevolent. It really doesn't take much to be kind or to be well-meaning. I see some responses coming in. I appreciate your responses so that we can share. And actually, we'll talk about how even in our Tea Time community, we've been, promoting benevolence for some time because we're always interacting and sharing. So Patrick is sharing. Benevolence is just being and doing good at the core to others. I love that, what he said, at the core, because it comes from within. Benevolence is just being, just doing good. Thank you, Patrick, for sharing that. And Chiquita, intentional, genuine concern and care of self and others. And that's so important. Thank you for sharing that. One word, well, there's several words actually that jump out. Intentional, genuine concern, not just for yourself, but for other people. Thank you for sharing that, Chiquita. We are already on a roll. Oh, hi, Tina. Thank you for joining in. Tina says charity, generosity, selflessness, humanitarian. I'm telling you, guys are coming up with some great words today. And do you already feel the power of benevolence? Just, talking about it already, or feel the essence of benevolence, the quality of being kind and well-meaning. It means so much. And, we're going to dig in just a little bit today, this Tuesday afternoon, about the quality of being kind or being well, or as Patrick says, just being and doing good. And Chiquita, intentional, genuine concern. And as Tina has said, charity and generosity. And also there's a key word in there, selflessness, because it really begins with ourselves and seeing others in a great light. And so this is just really great. Thank you, Chiquita. I really like that. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Benevolence. I think about that quite often. And this could just be the simple act of kindness, that we talk about every now and then, that we kind of forget throughout the course of the day, our work day, or throughout the course of our week, as we're interacting with others. And, as you're sitting there thinking, you can equate to the month of August, as we talked about National Wellness Month. Becoming more well-being is a way of actually interacting with others in a well-meaning and kind way, in a good way, because it's like a revolving door. We give off goodness, we receive goodness. And so I think that this is just a really great way to kick off this week of being benevolent and also giving off kindness. Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. Oh, okay, yes. Dr. Patrick's giving a shout out to Dr. Brown. It's just really awesome about this. And I want to ask you another question. As you think about benevolence, there's another word that comes to my mind when I think about benevolence. And I want to ask you, what is your interpretation of generosity? So as we sit here and look at the screen, think about, what is generosity to you? Now, you've already shared with me what benevolence might mean, but they almost kind of intersect a little bit, and we'll find out in a few minutes. When you think about generosity, now, what do you think about? What does that make you focus in on? Generosity. I'm telling you, it's the simple things that we do in our day that makes a difference in our lives. And it's the simple things that we do for others that edify others, that build other people up. And it helps us to be more positive in our workday and in our daily living. Here's Renita. Hello, sis. Good to see you. Renita is saying, giving willingly from a caring heart and not expecting something in return. Now, everybody can put our hands up every now and then. We want an immediate reciprocation. But, sometimes that act of generosity, thank you for sharing that, Renita. I love that word when you're saying not expecting something in return. Generosity will come. It will return on its own as you give out of a willing heart. And I love that because it fosters so much, I would say so much benefit to all of us when we are giving out of a kind heart and out of the fullness of our heart. You guys are already aware and already in my in my tea time renewal practice today. But I love that you shared that. Thank you. Patrick is sharing. Giving of what I have freely received. Oh, this is good. Freely give to others, no need for reciprocity. This is amazing. This is wonderful. Okay, we're going to give that fire truck a minute to go by. Okay. I like that, giving freely. And that means that you're taking it from a stance of just releasing it out of the abundance of what you already have. Thank you so much. No need for reciprocity. Thank you for sharing that. Here's Michelle. Give without expectation. So Michelle's interpretation of generosity is to give without any expectation, just like Patrick said, without the need of reciprocity. And what Renita said, not expecting something in return. I love this today, and I wonder, as I pose to you all, what is it that you believe generosity that you can glean from on an everyday basis? So I'm going to slow down for a second. I'm going to drink my tea because generosity makes me excited. But I'm going to give you a minute to just ponder as we pause and reflect on the word generosity and the word benevolence. What is it that you believe that you can glean from on an everyday basis, how you can expound on generosity, even in your office or in your house or in relationships or in a social context when you're with others? So I'm just going to step back and let you take a moment to just kind of reflect on that, and I'll come back on the back end. What is generosity to you? How can you expound on that? I'm going to close my screen for just a second because I have a remark coming in from Chiquita. Thank you, Chiquita. Chiquita says, releasing resources, tangible and intangible. You guys are already in my my tea time practice today. Needed to fulfill a need or desire in others. This is great, releasing resources, because resources don't necessarily have to be tangible. It can be very intangible, and we're going to talk about that soon too. Thank you. Thank you. You Tea Time Tuesday tea timers have a great way of, interacting with one another. This community, it fosters resilience in us by us taking the time to share with one another. And this is just really great. Go ahead and tag some people. Let them know. That's a way of being generous as well, that we are focusing on benevolence today. And another way is paying forward. That's another way. Inviting someone into your circle, I would say, and then offering them an opportunity, which I'm getting ahead of myself, an opportunity to glean and to shine. And so let's move on. As we talked about what generosity means to you all, and as you're thinking, I'm going to bring this back into the stream here, and we're going to move into this. Generosity sounds very familiar, just like benevolence, the quality of being kind and generous. Okay, so we are inundated, and we live in a society where there's a lot going on every day, stressors, just a lot, going on in our daily life. Sometimes there's even friction going on. And so even as those things are going on, sometimes it's a little difficult to stand back and look at things through a lens of generosity or benevolence. But as we do, step back and look through the lens of generosity and look through the lens of benevolence, we find ourselves giving and being kind and not having to succumb to our surroundings that may sometimes not be very favorable. Mary Hill, thank you for joining us today. Yes, thank you. We love you too here from the Renewal Center. It's good to see you. Thanks, Mary, for sharing. Very interested and very informative. Thank you so much. This is what we do at Tea Time Tuesday at 12 noon every Tuesday. And so, as we talk about having the quality of being kind and generous, we love being on the receiving end. Everyone loves to be on the receiving end of receiving kindness. And so a part of helping us build resilience in our lives and doing great things, receiving great things, is also being in a place and in a space to offer all that we have within us. And so we're going to talk about that. When I think about benevolence, I think about kindness, goodness, and I think about that word generosity. And, just being in a mode of being kind makes a big difference. Chiquita's coming in with a comment. The more we practice it, the more it becomes a part of our lifestyle. Absolutely. We get a lot out of giving. And sometimes I know we cannot give out of an empty cup, and that's not even practical. But we give out of the abundance of what we already have inside to share. And I think that's a part of building up. That's a part of us resetting and pausing and looking in a new direction sometimes. And it's a part of just being able to give the essence of who we are. And I think that's really great. And so as I think about generosity, sometimes We look at it, well, I say a lot of us may look at generosity in terms of monetary value, but it's not always in a form of money or monetary value. But we can extend generosity, and it has great value that goes beyond that. Do you all agree with me on that? That generosity goes beyond just having the monetary value. If you do, give me a thumbs up and give me some hearts, because generosity doesn't always come from the pocketbook. Generosity can come from a lot of other things, and that's what we're going to talk about even more today. So I hope that you bring your journals with you. Thank you for the thumbs up out there. Thank you very much. I see Michelle is chiming in with a yes. Absolutely. It goes beyond just the pocketbook. We can glean, people can glean from, let me get myself together here. People can glean from some of the things that we have to share just from coming within us. Thank you for sharing that, Michelle. And here is Mary. Hallelujah. But God gives to us to do what we may be a blessing to others. Absolutely. We are given a lot of things in our basket, quote unquote. We get a lot of things, gifts, skills, talents. We're going to talk about that too. And what we have in that basket, we can take out and share with others out of the abundance of what we already have. And I like that. Thank you, Mary, for sharing that. Patrick says, yes, it starts with the heart. Benevolence, kindness, extension of generosity, all of that comes from within. And when it comes from within, you just put that out around everyone else, and they begin to receive that too. I love that. Thank you, Chiquita, for sharing that. Our intent and our motive. That is key. Thank you for sharing that, Patrick. Our intent and our motive makes a big difference, because we can give out of a heart that may, I would just repeat this in this manner. We can give, but not really give out of a full heart of benevolence. Sometimes we just give out of obligation. But when we give out of a benevolent heart and out of the kindness of our heart, our intention and our motive, just like Patrick says, makes a big difference. And others can feel that as well. Let's see. Patrick is saying legal givers give because they have to. Okay. I love that. I'm going to repeat that. Legal givers give because they have to. Loving givers give because they want to. Oh my gosh. Thank you for sharing that, Patrick, and putting it into that terminology. You can be a legal giver out of obligation because you have to do it. But then if you're a loving giver, out of the kindness of your heart and the overflow of the peace you may have, or the overflow of the love you may have, or the overflow of what you have inside, those gifts and skills, you give that because you want to, and because you want your environment to be a space of positivity and a positive space to dwell in for other people. Thank you so much for chiming in with that, Patrick. And yes, absolutely, Chiquita. Thank you. And so Michelle is saying obligation is not a hard thing. Okay, so we're admitting it, which is true. Sometimes we give out of obligation, but we can step back, like I said, and look through the lens of generosity and kind of place ourselves in the right perspective and give us a heart, I would say a heart talk, so that we are giving out of the abundance of the overflow of our heart and not just out of obligation. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that. And so then we have Tina coming in with a response. Galatians 6:10. Therefore, as long as we have the opportunity, let us do good to everyone, especially unto those who are of the household of faith. We should look for opportunities. Yes, I love that. Thank you, Tina. You are all over I'm telling you this practice today, because something that I wanted to share is that one word that you just mentioned and highlighted is opportunity. And we're going to share that in just a minute. We have to have the opportunity and then extend the opportunity to others too. Thank you for sharing that scripture. Thank you. That was very empowering for us today. And so, Chiquita, the got to versus the get tos. Yes. I'm telling you, you guys are coming up with some great things. We got legal givers and loving givers and got tos versus the get tos. This is really great today. And as you can tell, I'm just really excited about this because as we share and we sharpen one another, we're building resilience along the way. And it really encourages us to be giving, more giving. And so we're going to talk about that shortly. And I hope that you grab your journal, because as you grab your journal, we're going to kind of just, go through a renewal practice that can help us stay focused on giving and expressing all of who we are. And as we give out of the abundance of who we are, then that creates such a positive environment for all of us. Okay, so I'm going to put the slide on here, and I would like you to join in with me as we talk about different ways to extend generosity. We want to give the commodity of time. And I know that some of you that have chimed in with us at Tea Time Tuesday, several times we've talked about the importance of giving our ear, our time. Sometimes it could just be a phone call. It could just be a card, or it could just be you taking a moment out of your day to listen, or just to extend some time to someone else, or to some cause or something of that sort. Giving of your time makes a difference. And the intent that we talked about and the motive as to why we do it is so because we want to be generous, we want to be benevolent, and ultimately we want to be kind. And then next, give the richness of opportunity. I would say that giving time to help others maximize their potential makes a big difference. That word opportunity, just like Tina mentioned, is a real, I would say it's a real key word, because when we give the opportunity for others and give that richness, it showcases their talent, which showcases their skills. It showcases and expounds on who they are. So as we take that time to give richness of opportunity, I'm telling you, it really empowers and encourages other people. It could be on your in your organization, it could be in your family, anywhere. When you give the richness of opportunity, it causes all of us to grow. Then give your expertise. So think about an expertise that you might have. Share it with us in the chat. What are you good at? What do you believe that you have an expertise in? Because I know all of us have something that we're really sharp in. And if we take what we're sharp in, we may be able to help someone else in a greater way with the principles that we have learned, or the concepts that we have, or that area of expertise. Now, some of us are sharp in math. Some of us are sharp in organizational skills. Some of us might be sharpening and encouraging others, or experts in a lot of different things. Taking the time to share that with someone else makes a big difference. That's benevolent. And it may take some of our time, but also it's about sharing. And it also gives us an opportunity to even sharpen ourselves even more. Give by lending your talent and skills. So a lot of us are good at certain things, and taking the time to share your talent, taking the time to share your skills with others. We get richness. The back end of it is we get the richness of discovery, because we discover more of ourselves when we give to others. We discover some new things that we probably didn't even know as we get feedback from others. I would like to get your take on that. Think about one of your favorite talents, or your skills, or your expertise, and place it in the chat. Let us know how you feel about using or utilizing your skills or expertise to help someone. And last but not least, give non-tangibles. I think somebody mentioned that earlier. Genuine appreciation. When's the last time you gave a high five to someone? Or when was the last time that you felt compelled to say, I really appreciate you doing it this way, or showing me how to do it this way, or I appreciate that feedback, or I really want to acknowledge or express gratitude for something great that someone else has done. And that is a part of generosity. That's a part of being benevolent and extending that kindness and it doesn't take a whole lot. It really doesn't take much. So you can't, I would say you can't hold it in your hands. Some things are non-tangible. Some things you can't hold in your hands, but it's meaningful. The smile, the hello, the greetings, all of that. Genuine appreciation goes a long way. So as you grab your journal with me, if you have it, if you don't, grab a notebook or a piece of paper and do this with me. Think about this quote from Maya Angelou. I love this quote. And as you think about these two quotes that I'm going to share today, think about how you will become more benevolent. How will you become more generous? Even if it's in the small thing, making that cup of coffee for someone, or sending a note, or helping someone critique something. I mean, that's great. Here is the quote from Maya Angelou. I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver. So I want you to pause and reflect and journal on that quote. Is it resonating at any area in your life as far as giving or being generous? And then I'm going to move to this quote from Mother Teresa that I thought was just really amazing. And it says, if you can't feed 100 people, just feed one. I'll give myself a thumbs up on that. I'll put some hearts in the air and some high fives, because I love that quote. If you can't feed 100 people, just feed one. Just one will make a difference. You know, I love that poem. I don't know if you are familiar with the poem about it's a quote about the sand dollar, or there's a little shell that talks about that they just save one. If you can't save a lot, just at least save one. And I love that, because it says you can feed 100 people, but one will make a difference. One act of benevolence, one act of kindness, or one act of generosity will make a difference. Here's Tina. Absolutely, there is so much fulfillment in serving another. Yes, thank you for sharing that. I love these. I love this. Hey, hi, Karen. Thank you for joining us. Yes, greetings to you too. And so we're sharing about benevolence. We're sharing about giving, just like we're doing today, Tea Time Tuesday, as we all chime in. We're sharing how we feel about benevolence. We're talking about giving and being selfless, selflessness, and not looking for something in return, but looking for that opportunity to share with others, looking for that opportunity to, it's just that one thing that you might do of kindness that could really help someone or enhance someone's day or change someone's life just by being kind. I'm just going to remember, kind of go back a little bit as to what we were saying about benevolence. Benevolence. You want to broaden your perspective, and you want to, be more positive in awareness of and bring in an outlook of selflessness, and also a way to show others that you think highly of them, or you're giving more of yourself than what you're taking in. So we're going to just go ahead and a few more minutes here and journal your thoughts. And then we're going to bring our Executive Director, Patrick J. Brown, back in and kind of close out today in a generous and in a benevolent way. And just really think about what it means to be generous. I love these quotes. If you can't feed 100 people, just feed one. Mother Teresa. And then, of course, we talked about that quote from Maya Angelou, which was, I have found that among its other benefits, giving liberates the soul of the giver. So I'm telling you, the time has really gone by quickly today. And I'm thankful for our time of generosity with one another today at Tea Time Tuesday, where we're building resilience. We're stopping to pause when we are resetting ourselves and just looking at a way through a different lens of how to incorporate more well-being in our lives. And one way that we can do that is actually taking on the essence of being benevolent and generous in all that we do. So do you guys have any last words? I see Karen has chimed in. Karen says, thank you for bringing me up to speed. been missing you all. These appointments have all been on Tuesday. My apologies, family. That's okay. Sometimes we have things that's going on Tea Time Tuesday, but you can always join in on the replay as well. And thank you for taking the time to even catch the back end of our broadcast today. Thank you, Karen. So we're going to go ahead and bring our executive director, Patrick, back in and close out today at our Tea Time Tuesday. Patrick?
Hey there, Mel. That was great. Thank you. Thank you, Camilla. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'm looking at my notes and what I wrote down, because I think it's important that, looking at benevolence as part of wellness is powerful, especially in a take culture. And, there's so many different demands, and yet to give freely, I really appreciate, you honing in on that. So the commodity of time, the richness of opportunity, your expertise, your talent and skills, and genuine appreciation. So I began to just reflect on so much that was shared. And I want to thank all the tea timers as well for chiming in and just providing some insights from their experience in the area of benevolence. What an amazing renewal practice today.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed it very much. So I'm telling you, every time I think about generosity, I think about gratitude, and you know how I feel about gratitude. And I just think, being more benevolent puts us in a posture or in a position to create a space that we all can be, motivated in. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. In that mindset, I wanted to ask everyone also to consider your benevolence with the Renewal Center. Here at the Renewal Center, we are a nonprofit organization in North Carolina. And I'd like you to consider, as tea timers or individuals who just participate in what we do here at the Renewal Center, there are ways that you can show generosity in supporting us, whether it's tangible or intangible. We have various different ways you can support and donate to the Renewal Center through our PayPal, as you see there on the screen, the Renewal Center 2020 at Gmail. You can also give directly through our website at www.therenewalcenters.com/give. You can also Cash App Renewal Center. Also download our mobile app. Definitely download the mobile app, because you can be in contact with us with all of our notifications, our announcements, our events, our programming. And also what you're supporting a renewal culture of wellness, well-being, and hospitality here at the local center. Also, we have grief recovery that's going to be coming up. Some other thought and leadership renewal practices coming up in January at the top of 2023. And so we'd like you to provide an opportunity to be able to donate to us, or perhaps show generosity in that way as well. You can text to give. Also, you can mail to our P.O. box. So as we're considering that, I want to also announce that this coming Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are celebrating the Renewal Center's ribbon cutting. Now, this is an exciting time for us. We're excited about this opportunity and this assignment that we have, because we've created a culture of renewal and a culture of hospitality, a culture of well-being and oneness, which really honors what we're doing in the community here in Concord, North Carolina, and the greater Charlotte area. It'll be this Friday, August 19th at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 159 Church Street. So if you are in the area, or you can come to the area, please visit us here at 159 Church Street, be a part of our ribbon cutting. We'll be in partnership sponsored by the local Cabarrus County Chamber of Commerce. Other city officials will be present, other citizens in the community, other business leaders and owners. And so we're excited about being able to serve you, to serve this community with our wellness, with our well-being, with our center, with our thought room, with our art and voice room, with our action room, the space that we have for creativity and innovation and just artistry, writing. So we're excited about that. Again, thank you so much for the congratulations. We want to continue to serve, because we have a focus on well-being and wellness. And that is so core to who we are. And we do that through hospitality. So from our team, Carmela Head, Hope Melton, Emmett Head, and myself, we're grateful to be able to be a part of this community and offer this type of service to the area. So please feel free to stop through. We will be on live Friday, streaming through our YouTube channel, as well as through our Facebook page. So please look out for that and put that on your calendars if you don't mind. That's this coming Friday, 12 p.m. for the Renewal Center's ribbon cutting ceremony. What are your thoughts about that, man? I know you're excited as well.
Oh yes, I'm excited. I'm telling you, I'm excited because of the time that we moved in and there was nothing here.
Absolutely nothing here. I tell you, this vision and you know what? A heart to serve. You know, you think about that, a heart to serve, a desire to be generous and offer what we can to the community. And I'm so grateful for our team. You know, I know you and I are on here today, Hope and him, and just what God has allowed us to be able to do and what our heart is to offer generosity and hospitality to the community. I hope many of you have been strengthened and perhaps renewed by participating in Tea Time, since we're focusing on Tea Time. So what we're going to be doing is next month, we're looking to release hopefully a Tea Time journal, something that you can go along with us during Tea Time and document the Tea Time renewal practices, perhaps some of the tea that you like as well. We want to encourage that. And also we want to remind you, please feel free to visit us here on site here in the historic district of Concord. So this has been a wonderful occasion. And Mel, thank you so much for the focus on benevolence today. That's a unique approach, tying that into a renewal practice and really thinking about how does that tie to wellness. And so I'm so grateful for it. We have another comment coming in. Love the idea of looking for opportunities to be generous. Benefits are not only socio-emotional, but physiological. People feel good physically when they do good. Benevolence is about good health. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And thank you for making that connection, Chiquita, on benevolence and connecting that to good health. This has been incredible. So again, thanks everyone for chiming in. We're going to go ahead and leave up the information for those of you that still want to show your generosity and benevolence in supporting the Renewal Center. So we will bring that back up so that you can do that. I think we've also pinned our website giving option as well. So if you'd like to go there, and Mel, we'll go ahead and pass it over to you to close us out.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everyone once again for chiming in today and joining Tea Time Tuesday. Make sure you share this broadcast with others as we continue to be benevolent in all that we are doing. Please join us again next Tuesday here at 12 noon for another time of Tea Time Tuesday. You know, wait a minute, Patrick, is it 12 noon next week or is it our evening special?
Next week is going to be evening. Yes, actually, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Carmela. We're going to be doing Tea Time fourth Tuesdays, 7 p.m. So we'll have first, second, and third will always be noon.
Yes.
And then we're going to do Tuesdays. We're going to shift a little bit and we're going to do Tea Time in the evening. So set your calendars for next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get yourself relaxed, grab yourself some tea, your salad, whatever, and join us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for our Tea Time. So we'll have the whole team on most likely. So looking forward to it. This has been great.
Okay. Thanks again. And we will see you all next Tuesday evening. And as we always say here at the Renewal Center, we say two things now, right, Patrick?
Yes.
I am Renewal, and take care of yourself.
All righty.
Have a great day.